Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Well, it's just the latest in a series of provocative comments. But Donald Trump's off-the-cuff suggestion that gun owners could take matters into their own hands and stop Hillary Clinton becoming US president is seen as more serious than the rest. His critics say it's incitement to murder. Mr. Trump's team say it was clearly a joke, but like many of Mr. Trump's jokes, it had the whiff of danger about it. As our Foreign Affairs correspondent Jonathan Rugman now reports.
At best, it was a joke in poor taste. At worst, reckless incitement to violence. Donald Trump in North Carolina last night appeared to suggest Americans could use their constitutional right to bear arms to kill Hillary Clinton.
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. But although the Second Amendment people...
Watch it again, and this spectator's transition from shock to amusement says it all. Americans have been set free to think the unthinkable, and Trump supporters love him for it. Hillary Clinton hasn't responded directly. Why should she, when simply not being Donald Trump is proving enough to keep her ahead? Though her vice presidential pick expressed disbelief.
Nobody who is seeking a leadership position, especially the presidency, the leadership of the country, should do anything to countenance violence, and that's what he was saying.
Not so, Mr. Trump said later, claiming he was only urging gun owners to vote against Clinton.
I think you're talking about the power of people that are in favor of the Second Amendment, and they have tremendous political power.
Tours the world on private jets, protected by armed guards for 30 years.
And as if by magic, the National Rifle Association began running these ads, claiming Clinton gun controls posed the real danger.
An out-of-touch hypocrite, she'd leave you defenseless.
For the last year, Hillary Clinton has dominated the polls. Then a few days after Donald Trump's speech to the Republican convention, he moved just slightly ahead. It was short-lived. Trump's numbers continued to fall after July the 30th, when he quarrelled with the parents of a Muslim soldier killed in Iraq. Today's poll averages have Hillary Clinton over 7 percentage points ahead.
Got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember.
With her rival seemingly unable to self-censor, she is turning his gaffes into advert medleys, each one helping bring more prominent Republicans to her corner.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
Hillary is my next choice.
Excuse me?
Yeah. No, it's not hard to figure out. Donald Trump lost me a long time ago. He does and says everything my mom and dad taught me never to say and do. He doesn't understand the basic requirements of being president of the United States, and frankly, he's dangerous.
The word dangerous now haunts Donald Trump's campaign. But the question remains, is not being Donald enough to win?
Your love and compassion.
Americans like a story to believe in, a futuristic vision. And maybe neither candidate has really given them that yet.
Reporting there, well, I'm joined now from Washington by Neil McCabe, the former editor of Guns and Patriots magazine. He's now a political correspondent for the right-wing US news network Breitbart and a contributor to Armed American Radio. Mr. McCabe, Donald Trump has gone too far this time, hasn't he?
I don't think so. It was interesting during that last piece that you ran where Hillary Clinton felt that she didn't have to get involved because Donald Trump was doing the work for her. I think that the people in the media, especially on the left-wing side, are doing a lot of the lift for the Clinton campaign and the Democrats. I don't think he was calling for the assassination of Hillary Clinton, and I don't think you or anyone believes it either.
Well, his camp say it's a joke, but there are many people, Republicans included, who say at best it's in very poor taste and at worst it is positively dangerous.
Well, I don't know how dangerous it is, and you know, who's to judge what's in taste. I think one of the things that's interesting
he's not a stand-up comedian,
difficult
though,
to
sir.
translate.
Is he standing for president?
He is standing for president, but I don't think he called for the assassination of Hillary Clinton, which is what people are suggesting. I think that in itself is reckless.
The former Representative Gabby Giffords, as you know, was horrifically injured when she herself was shot. She said today,
Sure.
Politicians' words matter. When they affirm violence, we should fear violence might follow. She has a point, doesn't she?
I think that Gabby Gifford and her husband have done a lot to help the Democratic Party, and they've endorsed Hillary Clinton. And this is the kind of thing that I would expect them to say to expose this media kerfuffle.
Sorry to interrupt you, but she has also been a victim of horrific violence. And she says politicians' words matter.
Well, I'm not surprised that she said that, given her role in the Clinton campaign.
Or perhaps what happened to her as the victim of gun violence.
Well, you're certainly willing to take her at her word and to give her the benefit of the doubt. And Mr. Trump has said that this was a poorly executed joke that was misinterpreted and exploited by his political enemies. Why don't you give him the same benefit?
OK, well, Republican commentator Joe Scarborough, I'm assuming he's not one of Mr. Trump's natural enemies, he writes in today's Washington Post that it is time for the party to dump Mr. Trump.
Well, Joe Scarborough works for MSNBC, one of the left-wing news channels here in the United States. And Joe Scarborough has been an apostate Republican for a decade at least. I mean, I can understand how someone outside the United States would not understand the context of Joe Scarborough, but I mean, that doesn't have any effect on me whatsoever.
I mean, just very quickly, there's no doubt that many of Mr. Trump's supporters support him precisely because he is a free spirit and he has a very free tongue. Is there nothing he could say that would offend you, that would stop you supporting him?
I think that what people fail to appreciate is that millions and millions of Americans, especially in traditionally Democratic areas that have suffered over the last 20, 30 years economically, have really clung to Trump as their champion, as someone who can sort of break through this rigged system. And so when he upsets sort of the fancy politicos, I think they might delight in it. Certainly, I mean, that's not uncommon.
Neil McCabe, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. McCabe. Thank you.
Great to be with you.
Kathy.
Thank you.
I've been getting away with it all.